Hi, I'm Lucas Wolfe. I'm a senior studio art drawing artist here on campus, and this is my piece Inhibition that I made for the Art 441 Research and Drawing project. This is kind of like my first work on campus, a little bit. I've had some stuff up in the art building, but this is the first time I've had the opportunity to work with the campus, and especially with Lovejoy. Okay, so my freshman year, I came to see the library and I saw The Walking Man, and I had known Rodin from just my own studies, and I was incredibly impressed with it. I was shocked that I was getting to see a version of it in person. So my freshman year, I came here a lot and studied The Walking Man quite a lot, and I always found its kind of sense of forward momentum really inspiring. And it's just such an amazing gestural piece with so much force and motion behind something that's not moving at all. And that was always something that I really tried to do in my own works. I've always been really interested in studying anatomy and how musculature functions and how it can be used as a tool to talk about different ideas and different meanings through the motion of the body. Just something that I've always been really interested in. So when I had the opportunity to do a site-specific work, I knew that I wanted to work with the Rodin piece. And so I wanted to really lean into that aspect of momentum and movement, but I knew that I obviously couldn't in any way touch the Rodin piece. So I wanted something that was a little more metaphoric, almost. So that's what kind of inspired me to work on Inhibition, is to kind of use the movement that the Rodin piece inspires and have a counteracting force. So if you look at the piece, it's got these strings that are not connected to the piece, but they kind of, you could imagine them wrapping around the piece and kind of pulling it back. But as the Rodin moves forward, it holds back against itself to kind of create this contrast of motion. And I think that was really interesting for me. So that was kind of my inspiration for the piece, was the movement. For the meaning of the piece itself, it's quite personal to me. For the last couple of years, I've struggled pretty heavily with some mental health issues, and it was always kind of something that was holding me back and kind of doing as Inhibition is doing to the Rodin piece. The harder I tried to push and work and strain myself against this, it just pulled me back even harder every time, leading to lots of burnout and just things like that. I wanted people on campus to be aware that campus offers lots of mental health services and counseling, and that there is hope, and even if you're struggling really hard, sometimes you need someone else's help, and that's not really something to be ashamed of. But I couldn't really see the things that were holding myself back, just like the Rodin sculpture can't see the hand that's positioned behind him holding it back. So that was kind of my idea behind the pieces. I wanted to let people know that there are ways to kind of change the situation you're in, and even though you might have mental health issues or large stressors that might be holding you back, there are opportunities to change, and there are opportunities to grow and cut yourself free from kind of those ties. But also accepting that mental health is just a really critical part of who you are, and to make sure that you have to take care of yourself, not only focus on working really hard and getting things done, but taking care of yourself is just as, if not even more important. And I think that's kind of what the piece is about.